Hello Leo friends, I'm Annie Botticelli and welcome to my Leo January 2023 Astrology Horoscope forecast. This is for you if Leo is your sun sign, your moon sign, your rising sign, or any other placement of Leo that you watch for. What we're going to talk about here is part of your astrological picture. I'm calling the theme of this month for Leos, Clean Slate, Blazing Forward, Finally. And if you're watching the YouTube version instead of the podcast version, you'll see my beautiful lion that I brought back because some of you said that you loved my little lion friend that I made for you. So here he is celebrating that it is time to finally move forward after a very long period of time of going backwards in so many areas. So we're going to break that down with a timeline. We'll just get right into that. So this is a pivotal month. January is like the critical hinge between the retrograde flow that we had from September until now and this big open period where all of the planets, including the outer planets, are going to be moving forward, which is, a very rare time where brand new shiny things, open, free flow, and the tides going out in a major way. And all of this is compounding at this point, and all of it's starting now in January. So January 12th, Mars is going direct, and Mars has affected our energy levels, ambitions, our capacity to pull projects through, and other people's cooperation has been affected by this. So if you've been waiting on somebody to get some stuff done or been at the mercy of other people doing or not doing things, as Mars goes direct, everyone will become a little less lazy, likely, and, well, maybe not everybody, right? But you will notice a trend, and things will start moving forward in a big way. The next cog in the wheel is Mercury going direct on January 18th. So you can see as the month progresses, so this is going to feel very much like a new year. Even though it's starting off a little sleepy, it will feel much more like a new year as the month progresses. But it really feels like a new year. And part of it is because we are in this integration period in between those eclipses. So we've been having the Taurus-Scorpio eclipse cycle activating me, we, my stuff, your stuff, and for Leos, the home and family sector has been getting a lot of changes and shuffling around, especially since the end of 2021, and this pattern continues through the end of 2023. But from September through really early December, we had a lot of drama, a lot of uncertainty, a lot of anticipation, a lot of karma clearing. This is a big one occurring at this time. In our relationships, our deep relationships, our patterns. And so that's another reason why it's going to feel really like a new year in January, because we've got all of that karmic clearing behind us, and then the planets are moving forward. And so we're going to have this zest. Now, the next cog in the wheel is February 7th when the Mercury shadow clears. And then after that, March 16th, Mars shadow clears. Okay, so we're in this process of kind of waking up each of the planets, what they bring to the equation. They're starting to wake up. But you will definitely feel as the month of January progresses, more activity, more life, more ambition, being able to see further in front of you, being able to make plans, being able to start to get into your agreements, all the fuzziness and the cloudiness and the uncertainty, release, and, just the indecision has been a very, very, very big piece. That's all going to start to clear. And then as of January 22nd or so, Uranus will go direct. That's here. And so you can kind of just see, as we move towards this wide open period between March 16th and April 7th, where the personal planets are free from all their retrogrades and shadow periods for this very rare period of time. We do have a Venus retrograde cycle and other Mercury retrograde cycles for the rest of the year. So these little windows of just none of that influence are very rare. And it doesn't mean you have to do every single thing in that time period. Obviously, as I'm telling you, we get to the end of January and then February is very nice and open and March gets even more open. You've got a lot of time here to do important things and to activate, your launches and your just brand shiny new things. But if you're looking for the window that has the most zest, we'll have Aries planets really revving up at that point, which is, in a nice angle for Leo placements. And you're just free from any of this web of retrograde. So now let's look at some things that are specifically waking up here for Leos with the forward movement of these placements. So the first thing we talked about is that Mars is going to be waking up. So here's Mars in the 11th house, things with friendships, things with community groups, planning. And internet-based projects, all of those things, really anything in your life, but with some special tilt towards these things, might have been going backwards. You might have been reevaluating things, trying things on, experimenting in those areas. And now, as Mars goes this way, he starts to wake up and those things move forward. Writing projects, anything involving Gemini, trips, travel. People have been very, very, very busy during Mars retrograde, being scattered in all different directions, driving, walking, a lot of things going on. But a lot of indecision about writing projects. And like I said, indecision has been a very key factor in this particular Mars retrograde. Not sure what to put your fire behind. Okay, so you've got a lot of zest you can put towards something, and you love to do that, but when you're not sure what to put it towards, as you have been in this Mars retrograde, it can be kind of confusing. So as this timeline awakens here, you'll be more certain of what to put your fire behind. Now, Mercury is also waking up. Mercury has been moving backwards in your health department, along with all this other energy in your health sector. You've got short-term planets here, and you've got a long-term storyline here as well. So Leos have been going through a transformation with their health on all levels, and particularly structural. Capricorn rules your skeletal system, so you might notice that your skeletal system and everything connected to it, your muscular system and musculoskeletal system altogether, has been going through this radical change, issues, things being brought to light, and really what's happening is you're redoing your foundation in life. These are very deep processes that are occurring with a lot of special activation now. So either some health things are coming up for you to deal with at this time, or some things are getting resolved, but the attention is there. And it's also reworking how you do everything in your life, your structures, your systems, your daily experience, your work, things involving pets, just anything that you do every day is really experiencing a chance for a lot of discipline right now. And this might seem to go against your creative flow a little bit. It's making an awkward angle for Leos. So all of this energy in Capricorn means you've got more focus to do tedious projects. So like taxes, I would suggest you get a leg up on those because you're not going to have a time period between now and when they're due, at least in the United States, where you're going to have more focus and wherewithal to do those tedious things. So the earlier part of January, you're going to have really, really good energy before this energy starts to move into Aquarius, and then it changes. It gets more diffuse. It's a little harder to concentrate, but you'll have powers of perspective and perception and perseverance with all of this Cap energy, and it will help you to rework. And really, if you think about it, like we're talking about this new year, really just do some new things. Some people don't believe in New Year's resolutions. You don't have to in order to use the Capricorn energy, use the increase in the direct energy to just set some things straight and put some organization to your life in a way that really feels good, cuts out the crap, helps you to be more efficient, and helps you to enjoy your life more. Then as the month progresses, we get into the Aquarius energies, which light up your relationship sectors. So your friendships, your business relationships, your romantic relationship is going through all this long-term energy with Saturn testing and bringing in some really important key long-term people in your life over recent years. And then you're going to have an influx of this short-term energy, activating a flurry of activity within your relationship space. And as Mars wakes up, this is also part of your relationship space from the perspective of acquaintances and networking. So other people are going to have a lot to do with the important things that happen this month, especially as the month progresses. One little point to note is that as the planets move into Aquarius as the month goes on, those do oppose your placements. And whenever we have an opposition, we always feel like we're being pulled in two different directions. That can be a positive experience, like, yay, all your personal stuff is lighting up in a great way and needs attention. And then also your partner, you're doing stuff with them, or people in your life are needing things. So you're kind of being pulled in these two directions. It can sometimes feel like you're being stretched too far, but it can also feel good where you're getting on the same page and working on projects with people that are moving things forward, which is the big theme of this month. So your cooperation with other people is going to be very key to the process of moving forward at this time. In the days around January 21st, we also have that new moon in Aquarius, which is highlighting a lot of beautiful new beginnings within relationship spaces. So you might meet someone of importance, someone, because we do still have some lingering retrograde energy, someone might come back into your life into a different context, or a renewed energy from someone who had kind of fizzled out in the past, or that you meet, and like I said, it can change the context. Maybe you knew them as a romantic partner, but now you're doing a business thing together. Or maybe you knew someone from a friend and now you're reconsidering, maybe there's something there for you as potential to work together or be together in a romantic way. So the days around January 21st, there's some extra energy around new beginnings, and that also is the Chinese New Year, which is a very auspicious time. January and February are 2 months that are in this integration phase between the heat of the eclipse cycles. So September through December, really with October and November being the hottest eclipse times, but September and December being kind of big in the integration modes, or, September you felt the things looming, and, it was a pretty intense time. And now in January and February, even though things might come up along the topics that were brought up between your money and other people's money, your shared resources, home, work, that kind of polarity, this is more of an integration time. And then once we get into March, we'll start to get into it again. And then April and May will be very hot with eclipse energies, kind of just giving you a little look forward. So on the topic of this little snapshot that I've given you between now and April 7th, if you are interested in seeing these type of storylines for the whole year of 2023, then definitely go to AnnieBAstrology.com, Annie, the letter B, astrology.com, and sign up for my exclusive content portal, because that is where you can actually see my 2023 Astrology Tides report, where you can see this without having to wait for the month to month. You can see this for the whole rest of 2023 to help you make your plans, to know when the tides are going in, to go internal and sort of be the spider, and when the tides are going out, and when to do your pushing. So now we're starting to enter, between now and January and March, it's starting to become the time where we can actively initiate things rather than just seeing what comes to us, and losing that frustration key, which was tending to happen if we were forcing things that didn't want to be forced from the Mars retro. Something else fun in the month of January is that we have a good bit more sweet aspects compared to salty ones. This is something that I always track for you. Coined these terms to kind of give you a little just general overview of the month. When we've got more sweet, harmonious aspects where the planets are cooperating compared to salty ones, you will feel that. It's not everything, but it is definitely something. So we've got much more energy in the positive aspects compared to the salty ones this month, and that feels good. Okay, so we talked about how these Capricorn energies can manifest and affect you. We talked about the Aquarius energies. Now I want to talk about Jupiter, because Jupiter woke up in November and has been blazing through your 9th house. And remember that when Jupiter's in a fire sign, this is the most benefic planet, meaning the best, happiest, most positive, supportive planet in the outer planet solar system, in a nice angle for you. So between now and into May, you're going to have all of these beautiful trines. For everyone in the Leo spectrum is going to get their kiss. And if you want to know the exact dates of the kisses, that's something else in that Annie B Astrology exclusive content portal. I actually have a Jupiter through the sign series where you'll see the dates of all your birth dates or degrees of where you get your Jupiter kisses. But in any case, if you don't want to sign up for that, that's fine. I can tell you between now and the middle of May, you're going to get your kiss. And this can be expansion in any area of your life, but very much, your purpose, what you're bringing to the world, how you want to be seen, what you're showing up as, your creative things, anything having to do with teaching and learning, sharing things that you've learned, because this 9th house is being activated. And this can have to do with different countries, different cultures, international business, international travel, immigration, long distance moves, working or dealing with people from different countries. So this is, and your education or somebody else's. If you take care of someone else's education or partly responsible in that, just the story of teaching and learning is coming up in a big way. So you might find your perfect education program or your perfect way to share the things that you have learned with others. Also, one more point about Mars is that this whole time it's been in Gemini, from August of 2022, now well beyond January here, it's been in a favorable angle for you. So hopefully you've been able to rework how you've used your energy. And I talked about that, a facet of that here too, with the 6th house stuff in Capricorn. But you're basically learning how to work smarter, not harder. and how to capture your creativity in such a way that it helps your daily experience with the mundane things that you have to do. And that's a trend that's going on. That's going to continue. If you resonate with how I teach and you want to learn astrology, go to beastropro.com, beastropro.com, and see my Becoming a Professional Astrologer Mastery Course. I can take you from ground level or whatever level you're at to earning money as an astrologer in a very short amount of time. That is my area of expertise. So go to beastropro.com. If you want to see my other astrology course, my beginner course, or some free courses on how to unleash your money magnet and wellness, go to lumelife.com, Lume life.com. At Annie, the letter B, astrology, so AnnieBAstrology.com, you can see my exclusive content portal, and you can see my 2023 Astrological Tides Guide that you can make all your planning for 2023 with this guide, with all the open windows free from personal planet retrogrades and so much more. If you think I am excessive with all of the free offerings I give you every month, then you should see what I put in that portal. Do-it-yourself things for learning how to read your natal chart, etc. So go to AnnieBAstrology.com and see my exclusive content portal. If you want a list of free things, all my blog sites, all the other things that I do, my 28-day virtual coaching program, accessing that, go to AnnieHelpsYou.com and see all the free goodies I have for you. And if you like books, put my name, Annie Botticelli, on Amazon. You'll find my 3 books there, and also my podcast, which is syndicated, which you may be listening to right now, or you might be watching the YouTube version of it, but you'll find my Astro Kisses podcast on Amazon as well. I hope you have a wonderful month, and I'll see you next month. Bye.